Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Picnic Table Chat Show. I think this is episode like 16, maybe not, I'm not sure. It's been an absolute hectic day, as you might have guessed. Bit of a different background. I think it looks a little bit better, definitely for the streams. So we got all the tanks behind me and up there, and sorry. We got a few ants around, you know what I mean? A few ants and other things about. So yeah, it's nice to be in here. I'll give you a little tour in a minute. I'm not going to be doing a long stream tonight, mainly because I ain't got a lot to talk to you about. I've been absolutely hectic concentrating on this, getting ready for the last few days, and then today was the moving day. Literally, we started this morning, got it all in by like midday, and I just smashed it out and pretty much just sorted it all out completely in that time. So we are here, but I ain't got a lot to talk about apart from moving. We have got lots of stuff coming up, which I'll tell you about, and always just to talk to you about something. So yeah, running across the screen right now, there's a little reminder, don't forget to buy your raffle tickets if you haven't already. Loads of great prizes, more prizes keep getting donated as well. So you're in for a great chance of winning something if you get a ticket. Obviously, there's loads of tickets on sale, so the more people that buy it, your chances go down. Good evening, Ted. Thanks for coming in, buddy. And good evening, everybody else. So, yeah, don't forget to buy your raffle tickets. They're only £2.50 a ticket, or you get 5 for a tenner. And like I say, totally worth it. There's over 300 quid of prizes already in the pot, sort of thing. So, loads of different prizes. One prize per winner. You know how it is. Good evening, Creepy. So good evening, everybody watching on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook right now, and everyone listening to us in the future on a podcast. If you are listening on the podcast, it's a shame because you don't get to see the brand new setup. You might hear some slight background noise of the children. Our youngest, you know our youngest. She's taking a little bit of getting used to living in a new place, and we don't actually have a door on this room, so we got to move one of the doors onto this room because I need some kind of shut off from everyone else. Yeah, so let's have a little tour around. You can see what's going on in front. Should I use this camera or the close-up camera? That is the question. I suppose for this part we'll do here, right, and then I'll swap cameras. And yeah, right, so we've got now this tank. I think I've only shown it on the street on my channel like 2 or 3 times. That, ignore the water bottle and everything else, that is my Trapdoor Tank. Now I suppose we should just do a close-up, shouldn't we? Let's just do a close-up. Hold on. Not my face. We don't want a close-up of my face. Hang on. We want this one. Da, 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 da. Right, so we're going to move away from this. Starting over here. In fact, I'm going to change microphones as well. Right, starting here. Whoa. There we go. Got rid of that. Right, starting here. So we got the Trapdoor Tank. So I haven't shown these much on my channel. Generally, they're quite quiet. I've just fed them as well, so they're probably inside their nest eating right now. But that's the Trapdoor Tank. That was a water feature there, and I could put a pump in here, and you see a pipe comes out there. I could get the water feature going again at any point, but they started like nesting down here a little bit as well. So I turned the water feature off, and I just go with it, go with the flow, let them do what they want. And then next to that we have Asian bullet ants. The Asian bullet ant tank. We've seen it many times on the channel, many times on our streams, so I'm not going to spend a massive amount of time on that. We managed to get the big tank in here without any issues at all. It was not easy. It was hard and heavy. And as you can see, the dives are going nuts for food at the minute. Nest is absolutely huge and teeming with ants, as you can see. If you can see, I don't know. But the crabs have made it. I can just about see one of them. You can see the red claws there. I think there might be another one in there. The crabs seem to be okay. Beetles are okay, millipedes and everything seem to be okay. Although I haven't seen the millipedes, but you know what I mean. I haven't had any reason to worry about them. There's like a mass gathering of ants at the top of that first stick at the minute. But like I say, they are feeding well. So what else have we got? What else have we got? In this one is the tetramorium, whatever you want to call them. Absolutely awesome ants, still in tubs and tubes set up at the minute, doing okay. Myrmecoruba, this is my oldest colony of Myrmecoruba. They're doing really, really well, to the point they've got 2 test tubes that they use, and the other one was full of water. Everything's been really quiet. I will say, there's not been many ants out since we've moved in. I think they're just kind of settling in. I've got shelves underneath for the shop stuff. That's all shop stuff and whatever. Right, anyway, so going back up here, I need to put the lights in on a few of these shelves as well. These are like ones that I wasn't using at the time, so they haven't got the likes it. That's my medal collection. We'll go through my medals in a minute. You now have a spare tank. I've got a spare tank down here, a load of bullet ants. This one, ignore the mess on the front. It will be clean when I do it. This one is coming with us to the Great Ant exhibition, and it will be getting built into a bioactive build by Leon Underwood in our bioactive demonstration. That's going to be absolutely fantastic. On top of the big tank, we got isopods. Oh, nearly dropped you. I have sprayed in there recently, so it's hard to see. I just done a general misting on all the tanks as we turned up, you know. There is a couple of isopods, there's one, but we've got a couple of different species of isopods living in there. We've got Murano plus bicolor. Just a really basic thing for them. That's the actual nest hole. Again, I've seen few of them walking about, so I don't really have to worry. Then coming back over to the shelves, we have my Formica. Awesome colony. Doing really well. These will be coming to the exhibition. Oh, the Tetramonia will come to the exhibition. Another colony of Myrmecoruba. And another colony of, without the reflection, Myrmecoruba in there. Really bad for reflections. Then above that, we've got my Scorpion tank. Needs watering again. To the side of that, we've got Manny. There's Manny. Let's see if we can get a better view. There you go, Manny. You're a star tonight, sunshine. So that's Manny's enclosure next to the Scorpion. Coming along here, we've got my Monomorium Mesobarbarus, my medal collection. Over there's my trophy collection. There's my medal collection. We got Mr. T. Oh, what a cool web. Hang on. Look how cool his web is if we can get the focus. It's got like a hole that side, a hole down there. Oh yeah, super cool. Super cool. So that we got Camponotus. And then coming along to the next shelf, we got Mesobarbarus again. That's my Camponotus nicobarensis, my Nicos. Jumping spider. Mesostructa. Now they've got a completely covered tube, but they decided to move out of that, and I'll cover the light a second. And they live in the uncovered tube, whatever, you know. They decided to live in there, but that's a really good colony of Mesostructa. Behind that we have Acorn Ants, which was the experiment which kind of went wrong where I was keeping two ant colonies together, but the other ant colony kind of died out. So I will reintroduce Camponotus into that colony at some point, but not at the moment. Then obviously all these stuff underneath, we got my Morio worms being bred. That's full of millipedes. Other stuff I'm not going to show you. We got the beetles and stuff. Yeah, so that's it. We're gonna go back to, hang on. I haven't been able to follow your chat whilst you've been getting your tour, by the way, so I'm just gonna follow the chat when we get back into the chair, which is, hang on, which is now. I am now in my chair again. I hope you enjoyed the little tour. We're just going to read through your comments and stuff. Love the bullet ants. Yeah, the bullet ants are super cool. In fact, we think the bullet ants, like only one ant got out all day in the removals lorry, and we think it was one of the bullet ants. But the removals guy just squished it and apologized to me. I was like, mate, honestly, I'd rather you squish it than get stung or whatever. Right, let's look. Yeah, Creepy, if you want any advice or anything, give me a message. We can definitely sort something out for you to build a awesome bioactive build. I'm going to go back to the other. How's the camera? Is it blurry at all or crap, or I expect it is in my signal quite low? Obviously, I'm running fully on my phone signal at the minute because I haven't even got like TV set up or anything yet. We gotta get the NA here. Right, don't tempt me. Oh, thank you for mentioning that, Dean. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Yeah, I can't wait. The webbing done is so cool, isn't it? Creepy. Like, I hope he keeps, as he grows, obviously he'll web more. Yeah. I hope he just covers that big branch sort of thing in webbing because that'd be so cool. Dean, well ahead of me, mate. I ain't even thought about camping gear. Like, I'll probably just sleep under the stars. But yes, you got to heal that broken toe, otherwise you'll be in big trouble and you won't be able to work properly, will you? Which will be rubbish. You'll have a shirt. You'll have a shirt. But you'll put the shirt, not a vest. But it'll be worth it just for that, man. Oh, good evening, Katrina. Thank you for coming back. It's blurry. Okay. Right, we're going back to the other one. Right, we're back. We're back on that one. That one should be a bit better, hopefully. Oh, sorry for my cough. Yeah. Yeah, the shirt's awesome, isn't it? Hang on, I'll go back to that one. Right, so we got that side, and then there. So yeah, pretty happy with the shirt. Get lost in Stevie Nicks. If you're listening to Stevie Nicks, fair enough. You don't have to come listen to me at all. You know, like, yeah, I fully understand it. Any Fleetwood Mac, anything like that, well into it. Yeah. Oh, the trapdoors are out now. Typically, maybe we'll do a live feeding in the Trapdoor Tank. Oh yeah, you remember the pinkies? They were gone by the morning, completely disappeared. All 5 of them. That was impressive. But as you can see, there's quite a few ants. When they come out to feed, they really come out to feed. There's quite a few of them. And in the nest, there's even more. It's not even like this is most of them. Hardest to get there. May need a lift from the station or from Taunton. Katrina, there will be other people arriving at the station as well. Maybe you could go splits on a taxi or something. I am, like I say, in talks with some taxi companies about offering a discount on the day. So I'll let you know if that happens, and that'll be from the station to the event for exactly that purposes. But yeah, I do know a few other people are coming via train. Are you going to do Black Ants on the Rock t-shirts? Eventually, yeah. I mean, I could totally do it. If you want one, I could totally put an order in. It's not an issue. I've been so hectic. I've been slowly adding things and you know what I mean? To be honest, over the last week or so, a lot of my effort has gone into this moving situation. You want a black one. Now, that's fine. But the logos, I looked at black, right? Because I would normally get black myself. But the logos all kind of looked a bit weird. And where like the ants are black, like if I show you again, right, so where the writing is black and the ants are black, they disappear on the black shirt. So you've got to have the white square of the logo, which I just thought kind of looked a bit weird. I don't know. I'll let you have a look at it. I'll send you through the template sort of thing, and I'll let you have a look at it before we go ahead with the thing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll sort that. Only thing is, not everyone will say staff on the back because we don't want to get too confusing. The other thing was about it was now, obviously, I'm Ants on the Rock staff because I'm Ants on the Rock, but Dean, you're technically going to be Ant Exhibition UK staff because you're doing the exhibition. So it's whether we go for the Ant Exhibition UK logo or we go for the Ants on the Rock logo. Like I say, we'll talk about it. I should probably add you to the committee group, actually, Dean, because then you'll be in on all the conversations, because you are going to be working for me no matter where I am. You have no choice, quite frankly. You know it as well. That's the funniest thing. You already know that. All right, cool. Right. I'll put that on my list of jobs to look at doing the t-shirts. We could totally do that. Probably get it ready by the exhibition and have them there as well. Yeah. I'm not taking a massive amount of stock with me, to be honest, mainly because I've got to take so much other stuff, and most of what I've got, Ants Rust will have anyway. So I don't, let him be the ant store as such. I am taking some things, and I think we're going to do like a form. Like, it's been talked about a lot with a few vendors that it would be, because obviously you're taking out the exhibition and then someone's got to buy them, walk around with them in their handbag for the day and then take them home. It's quite a lot of stress in moving to the colony. So there was things like ideas about the pre-order or the order form. So you order it, you pay for it online like you would normally at a slightly discounted price or whatever like that, or pay for it, whatever. You pay for it there at the price that it is at the show. And then it will get sent to you after the show, rather than doing that back and forth and sort of thing. Good evening, Tracy, for joining. No worries about being late. You did miss the tour, though, I'm afraid. I might do a tour again because we are in the new place now. Again, so we might again be moving in like a month, 2 months, whatever. Don't forget, we've got big plans. I'm not going to say what all the plans are. I've let it out enough times and let slip. So I'm going to keep it quiet now. We have got plans. So all of this could be getting moved again before too long. Cardboard envelope box things with me. Yeah, that's a good idea, Creepy. That's a good idea. Anything like that. You know what I mean? It's that. Yeah, exactly, Dean. Shush. I am shushing, but I'm just saying there's big things in the works, but we could be moving this out again before too long. This location we are in is not a permanent place. We are just staying here until we find the perfect place. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's good. We're happy. I like the new setup. Like, we wouldn't have had enough space in our old place for this, even though our other place was technically larger. We had more rooms. I think that, well, the rooms in here are much larger than the rooms we had. So it's sort of debatable whether we've lost or gained space. No, yeah, that's funny, Creepy. I reckon I'll be able to guess. Yeah, right. So, like, this is literally my bedroom now. Half of the bedroom is like a bedroom, and the other half is my office. Let's go back to the office because I like showing it off. Right, so literally half of my bedroom is just ant stuff. That's the way it is. Originally it was only half my ant stuff in my bedroom, but now I've got a bigger bedroom. I moved it all in, and the wife doesn't mind. She's a good wife. She does her job. And we've got the tanks behind me. I really love actually having the tanks behind me. I'm sure it's blurry right now and really rubbish to see. But I really like having the tanks behind me. Mainly because I can just go, and there is my temperature inside the tanks. And they're roughly, these ones are pretty much the same temperatures. So if I know if one's dropped, they probably all have. You know what I mean? I'm just, yeah, you can see the smile. I'm very happy with this. And it's really nice to have this tank down, right? This tank was at the very top, like higher than that. It was up at like 8 foot high. And my God, it weighs a ton. Me and the removal guy had to pick it up. And he was like, whoa, like for a small tank, like it's because there's a lot of rock in it. So when I was building it, I had normal drainage there. But I've noticed one thing about ants. They dig down to the drainage layer. They tear through whatever you've used, lining or whatever, and they dig into the drainage layer. Quite irritating. It happens pretty much every time. So what I thought, I pre-thought about this. And I thought, okay, I did the drainage layer. And then I built caverns. I put in some large stones, right? And these large stones created gaps and things like that. And then I put the lining over the top of that. And I know the soil didn't fall in because I can see the caverns. And I've seen the ants going down. And yeah, so my plan worked perfectly. But so in there, there's like, it's half rock. It's bloody heavy. But we got it done. It's only dislocated my shoulder once today. That was a bonus. Anyone that knows my bad shoulder, it pops out really easily. Old boxing injury. It's never going to heal. And I'm going to get a operation on it. They want to cut a massive chunk of bone off up here and move it down here. But they said I won't be able to lift or anything for about 2 years afterwards. So I just stopped doing that. Said no, I'm not going to have the operation. I was competing like every few months at a time, as you saw my trophies and my medals, stuff like that. So it was sort of, but now it's got to the point that if I lift something heavy enough, my shoulders, and it's not great. It's not great. And obviously boxing, every time I threw a jab, it popped. In fact, there's one, count it, 17 seconds into the first round, my shoulder fell. I grabbed hold of the guy. It's called a clinch. You grab hold, and when you see the guys hugging in boxing matches, it was like that. And I grabbed hold, and as we separated, because the ref comes up and splits you up, as we separated, I just popped it back in and carried on. No one was any the wiser, but if you watch the footage back, you can hear my wife saying his shoulder's gone. She knew, pretty much no one else did, but you know what I mean. It's happened so many times now. I just push it back in and carry on, and it happens a lot during training, so you kind of get used to it. Everyone else is like, and I'm just like, yeah, that's my shoulder. There's quite a few actual lifting videos. There's a video of me deadlifting, and I go down, pick up the bar, and clonk. In fact, one really interesting time I was doing this deadlift program where you had to you increase the weight but lower the reps every week. So I had to do like 150 kilograms for 8 reps, something like that. And I got to literally the 6th with my coach shouting at me. I was like, and my shoulder came out. I was just like, oh no, pull it down. Now the thing is, you strap yourself to the bar with straps, deadlifting straps. So I was literally like stuck, like, oh, it's not a great situation, but it is what it is, and I love lifting. I'm just going to catch up on the messages. Need an ant corner, like a big tray to put them on. Yeah, see, my ant corner's kind of got out of control. As you can see, I've taken over a lot of space. And my desk is literally just in the middle of the room. I'm like, it needs to go here, so I've got a good view. And the wife's like, are you sure? Yeah, it needs to go here. Slap bang in the middle of the room, build the room around it. It's fine. But I've got a great view out of the window. We're still on Portland. So I've got a really nice view out of the window on Portland, and yeah, it's really cool. Right, back to reading the doodad. Looks freaking terrific. Thanks very much, Katrina. Long way, showtime on the... Yeah. Oh, wow. Dean's coming from really far away. But I will say, we've got people coming from Scotland. Like, that kind of blew my mind. And, like, yeah, really cool. Really, very cool of them. Oh, so I thought this one was going to pop out then. Really, really super cool of them. And I appreciate them coming all the way from Scotland. Wow. For me, I can't remember. It's like a 3-4 hour drive, something like that. 2 hours, hour. I can't remember. Luckily, we are going in a car, a big van sort of thing. Last time I went for my day trip, I caught the train, which was fine. And actually, right, so I quite often go to Southampton and I catch a train, get off it, go into the city centre. I can never find my way back to the train station. Almost impossible every time. And I'm like running around asking people, and they're sending me this way and that way. I don't know, but I usually manage to get there in the end. Bristol, really easy. It's just down the road from the city centre, and it's really well labelled, and it's a massive train station, not hidden. So yeah, Bristol, I like their train station. And it was built by Bruno. If you've never been to Bristol Temple Meads, you need to go, especially if you're a train enthusiast like I am. Absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful architecture. There's not many buildings like it, you know what I mean? It's really worth going and having a look. And I think they might have a museum section, but I didn't actually look at the museum section. I was quite busy that day, believe it, with meetings. Wow, Doncaster, 3-hour drive. I don't drive, and we don't drive. It's really annoying. We need to sort it out. Where is Doncaster? Is Doncaster up north? I'm actually really bad with geography. We get past like London and Bristol, that sort of line across. Everything's just north. Like I have no idea. I know Newcastle's at the top, Manchester's there, and then you've got a few other things. Not exactly where Doncaster is, to be honest. 3 hours. Could be 3 hours in any direction. Worth it for me. It was a great day. It's going to be a spectacular day. It's going to take 3 hours. Can't be asked to drive, that's fair. See you later, Mark. He's probably already gone because I'm catching up. 3 to 4 hours with you and Jade. Wow. We have got other shows. We have other shows coming up as well. So if you do miss this one, don't worry. The next one is like start of next year, and then there's another one again in August time back in Bristol. So Saturday 27th. So just catch still. But yeah, so we got. Don't worry if you miss it. This one that is more. The next one's further north. So if Doncaster is further north, that one might be easier to come to. It's pretty looking great show. Ideas being thrown around and contacts are being spoken to and things like that. It's going to be a fantastic show. As well as this one, like, without sounding big-headed, I'm doing quite well with the shows. I think so. But without being big-headed about it, you know. I'm swapping back because we may as well have a look at what's going on in the tank. There's ants everywhere. They're pretty hungry, apparently. Nom. Should we have a duck race? We've got 9 people in the chat at the minute. I feel like it's time for a bit of a duck race. Now, it's probably going to lag. Know that, and I apologize. But we'll do it anyways. Call out yours. 1 to... We'll put in 10 in case someone else comes in. So anything between 1 and 10, grab your numbers. 2-minute duck race coming up. No prize for this one. Just a bit of fun. Duck face. Good evening, social. It's called Princess Duck, Wizard Duck, Skuduck, Princess Duck, and Prince Duck. I don't know. Let's get them going. If you haven't called out, you still do have time. Good luck to everyone. I will do another tour of the ant corner in a second, and then I'll probably call it a night, to be honest. I'm absolutely shattered. I've been on the go since 5 o'clock this morning, literally moving furniture all day. I'm knackered. I need some sleep. I didn't go to bed until late last night as well because I was packing, whatever, you know. Day Wednesday, about right. Tracy, so that sounds about it. You guys would have had it on Sunday or Monday. I can't remember now. All the days are merging in one. Sunday. Sunday. But they do love sugars as well. The last 30 seconds and out in the lead is number 3. Closely followed by number 8, number 1, and number 2 coming up behind. Last 5 seconds, number 9 holding the lead. Coming up behind is number 1. Well done, number 1, whoever took number 1. Well done. Princess Duck, if anyone took number 1, that is, I don't know. We do another little tour of the ant room before we call it a night. A good evening, afternoon, morning, Australian Polyraccus. I don't know if it's like some random time. I hear it's evening. Yeah, right. So should we do another tour of my new ant corner? And then I'll probably call it a night because I need to get my head down because like I say, I've been moving furniture all day, but I think it looks good. Let's do a tour. I'm going to swap onto the other camera again, the other microphone, and I'll walk around and do it like that. 6 a.m. Wow. Good morning, Australian Polyraccus. Thanks for tuning in to us as like the first thing that you do in the morning. That's literally spectacularly amazing. Now, that's pretty cool. Thank you. I hope that I'm not too boring. I say I'm going to be turning off before too long. I do apologise. I'm not doing a long one tonight. I've just moved in literally today. We still got bags everywhere, to be honest. Most of the other rooms aren't ready at all. But this part looks good. Right, so let's swap onto the camera. I'm going to mute this microphone. I'm going to swap to the other microphone. I'm going to show you a walk around, probably exactly the same as we did a minute ago. Feel free to ask questions, comment, or whatever. I'll read it all when I get back from walking with the other camera. Right, here we go. I won't be able to do this long because my battery's running low. So this is my trapdoor tank. Let's see if we can find any trapdoors at the moment. There has been, but the food's gone. There was food in there last time we looked, wasn't there? Oh, there's one. Right in the middle there now. There's quite a few. It's a nice colony of about 100 or 2. But obviously, like I say, most of the ants seem to have gone back into their nests since the move. I think that's more of they're just getting back used to the environment and whatnot. You've got the Asian bullet ants. Zoom out. The Asian bullet ants. And their nest is sort of everywhere. And they are generally everywhere. This whole landscape has been completely rebuilt by them. You see that test tube completely buried? That's a massive test tube. So moving on, got this tank underneath, not yet full. They say that's going to be, we don't know what's going to go in there yet, but we're going to build that at the Great Ant Exhibition in our bioactive demonstration. Cannot wait to watch Leon do that for us. We got the big tank with the pond. Can't see any crabs out at the moment, but They're in there. There's one down in that gap, but I doubt you'll be able to see it on camera. We've got beetles doing their business, ants galore, and a huge nest. And then above them, Meranoclus bicolor. There's a nest hole. They are generally quite an active colony as well, so I'm sure they'll start coming out soon. And then we've got the isopod colony, or one of my isopod colonies. This is a mixed species colony. There's one of the oranges. And then moving around, we got my scorpion tank. We go across first. We got man-eater mantis. There he is, the little beast that he is. We need to get the lights fitted on these shelves. So we got Myrmecoruba. Kind of really bad reflections in there, but Myrmecoruba. Another colony of Myrmecoruba. You get really good, strong colony, that one. It's in its first year with me, growing out of 15 workers. I've only had it a few months, actually. This is my Formica colony. They're generally doing quite well. They've got about 30 or 40 workers now, I think. It's kind of hard to tell, but quite a lot come out at one go. And we'll move down. We've got another colony of Myrmecoruba. This is in their second or third year with me now. 2 test tubes full. The other one did have water in it, I think. No, actually, I think the other one was the original test tube, but it dried up and I put this 2 in. But yeah, they do quite well. This was the colony which died out down to like, I think there was 3 workers and the queen in the end. Really not great. We got Tetramodium. I can never pronounce it. I always want to say bicarbonate of soda, right? It's those ones. If Ted wants to say what they're called, feel free. I cannot pronounce it. But generally, that colony's doing well. I've only had them a month or so, doing really well. We'll come back up here. We got 2 monomoriums, Floricolor and Chinese. I have got other monomoriums. In fact, I've still got other ant colonies to come here. We've still got this space and whatnot, but they will be brought up in the next day or so. This was all I could fit on the van, and we had a lot of stuff there on. We got Mesobarbarus. This really has made a mess moving, so this is probably, I've got to spare one of these outworlds. So what I'm going to do is literally disconnect the outworld, attach a new outworld, and then I'll cotton wool the ants across. Job done. We'll go down. We got Mr. T in his Mantis NI enclosure. So cool. I'll probably feed him in the next day or so. I did try a wax worm, as you can see there, last night, but he wasn't into it. We got Camponotus, Japicanus. They're doing okay. Mesobarbarus, again. We got my Nikos in a natural enclosure that they can dig in. There's loads of isopods in here as well. They do quite well in there. Jumping spider. Zebra jumping spider, I think they said it was. We'll go back to the tarantula in a second. This one's my Acorn Ants. They did have Camponotus. I can't remember now. We did have Camponotus and Acorn Ants living together, but the Camponotus actually abandoned their queen, and the queen died, and then the workers died. I don't know what happened. But yeah, so that's them. They're in there. The Acorn Ants are really doing well. So I'll introduce some more Camponotus at some point to see how they do. We got Mesostructor. I really like these ants. They're very active. very fun to watch. Kind of hard to get a view. There's a kind of view. Yeah, we'll go back to the tarantula a second. Very cool. And yeah, a few other bits and bobs about. Right, let's do that. And there we go. Right, hang on. There we go. I am back on this one. That one, the other one. When do I get internet in a new place? Like 2 or 3 weeks it's going to be. Quite a long time. Thank you, Australian Polyracus. That's really cool of you to say. We've got, let's say, a few more come over from the other place, but I didn't want to push too much in the van. Obviously, everything needed to have its own space, all the tanks. Like, we couldn't put a tank on top of another tank or anything on top of the tanks. So kind of, you know what I mean? It took up a lot of space just getting these in the back. They're not small. They're not small tanks at all. And the removal guys were really surprised on how heavy they were. But I must say, the removal guys, considering what a hard job it was. So we did, the first load of stuff was like all the stuff to live, all housing stuff. The second load was pretty much all ant stuff. And it almost filled the van again. I won't go into all the other details, but yeah. So they worked hard. We've moved a lot of furniture, a 3-bedroom house worth of furniture we've done, and they really took care on the ants. You know what I mean? Like, not a lot of companies, I think, would take that risk of bullet ants and things like that. So fair play to them. They took it on board. They really put the effort into trying to keep the tank straight and flat as they went up the stairs and things like that. Yeah, really cool. So hats off to them. They are J&M Man with a Van. If you are in Weymouth and Portland at all, they're the ones to go to. Now, I've known the M, I won't say the name, but J&M, I know the M. I've known him for half of my life. Like, I'm 31 in 13 days. I've known him since I was about 16, 15, something like that. So that's like half my life, and he's a great guy. Right, he's done us solid here, so no problem giving him a massive shout out for this. The nest is quite busy still, isn't it? I expect it's because he moved and stuff. How did they move the big tank without the? See, I really thought that, but believe it or not, the big tank's the only one we don't worry about. I forgot, but it's got like a reinforced base. It's in like a wooden casing. And if I swap over to this one, it's got about that much wooden casing all around the board, the outside and underneath. So it was fine. It didn't break. I'm actually more concerned about the trapdoor tank because that is heavy. I remember when I put it on the shelf originally, like I say, I put it up on an 8-foot shelf. I carried it up there on another shelf, and I kind of heaved it up. Now, bear in mind, it's heavy as heck. I lift weights every day. That was heavy. I heaved it up, and I got the wife to sort of slide it off my shelf onto the top of the shelving unit. That's where it stayed. Which means it didn't get much airtime because it's so high up. I didn't watch for myself, to be honest. I'd go up there occasionally, especially when I'm feeding and have a look. But generally, I wouldn't sit there. I couldn't sit there and watch my ants. Not like I can now. They're literally right behind me. But yeah, very cool. I'm happy. I'm really happy that they're all at like eye level, apart from the scorpion, but he only comes out at night time anyways. Oh yeah, the other cool thing. I found my remotes. Right, ready. Hang on. Let's on. Maybe this remote's dead. Oh, there we go. See, now it should do red on everything, but now that one's not. One's purple, one's red. Hang on. Let's get this right, shall we? There we go. So when it's night time, which it will be at some point, the red lights will come on and we've got nighttime viewing without disturbing the ants, which is the main thing. All of the shelving units will just turn off, but the tanks turn red. Now they always have, you know that. We've always kind of laughed that someone's going to knock on the door and ask to come in. Like, mate, I'm not into that. It's an ant room. It's not a red light district. Right, so I've got that much Lucozade left. Advertisement there. Wants me, Luke. That's gone. My eyes are gone. Shut. I will honestly be asleep. So I'm going to call it a night. I think that's the shortest stream we've ever done. I'm going to say this mainly for you Australian polyrackers, but anyone else that's watching or listening, if you haven't seen the show before, we need to go on for a while. Sometimes we call it quits at 10, sometimes we quit. Sometimes we go on past midnight. It all depends on what we're talking about. Normally, I'm far more talk about than moving house. We do interviews, we do duck races, we have lots of fun. So please do come back another time. We're here live every Wednesday and Sunday at the time, 9 o'clock GMT. I'm not sure what time that is for you, but 6 o'clock, that's fairly early. But so we normally go on quite a while. So give me a shout. Everyone knew where I am. I'm on all my social media. Email me, get hold of me, anything at all, even if you just want to chat. Not even about ants, I just chat randomly all the time, you know me. We go off on a tangent and we're gone. I have been super busy lately and I apologize to anyone I haven't messaged back. Like, I'm pretty sure I've messaged everyone back, but sometimes it's taken me a little while. But when now, so everything will start getting back to normal. I've got my desks. I'll be sat here from like a full-time job. You know, it's going to be spectacular. I can't wait. So I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you all for joining me for another stream. Massive thank you to our sponsors, Ants Are Us and Valhalla Martial Arts. And a massive thank you to my Patreon supporters, Stacey, Jason, and Katrina. Absolutely spectacular for supporting us and doing what you do. And of course, a massive thank you to all of my viewers. Honestly, I appreciate you coming back all the time to listen to me talk rubbish. And this one has been a load of rubbish. No, I hope you enjoyed the tours, honestly. I've had fun showing you the tours. I've had fun chatting random stuff. Whatever. Let's call it a night. Love you and leave you. As always from me, I'll see you again soon, Ant fans. Good night.